Good day, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Today we have an article from cinemablend.com, and the title is The Crazy Direction Star Wars Should Head After the Rise of Skywalker. So, let's get into this. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is meant to serve as the conclusion to the Skywalker saga. So, what will come after that? Well, there's been plenty of whisperings of things that could happen in future films, or even in Episode 9, and there have been some wild ideas. With that being said, one is definitely the direction the Star Wars universe should and probably needs to commit to if it wants to keep things fresh going forward. I'm talking, of course, about the addition of one or more major force, group, organization, or whatever term you prefer, to enter the fray for the galactic peace or domination. The Star Wars universe has long hinged on the dynamic of a conflict between two forces for so long, and it finally seems as though that trend will be broken. Here's how it may, and perhaps more importantly, why this is the right direction for the Star Wars franchise to go into the future. The evidence that Star Wars is adding another major force. In Star Wars, The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi showcased the war between the Galactic Republic and the First Order. Novelizations and other canon have teased about a greater threat on the horizon. Specifically, they're known as the Grisk, and have apparently been influencing the Star Wars universe for quite some time. Noted Star Wars villain Grand Admiral Thrawn reasoned that two of the species could enslave a galaxy. So yeah, they're a threat to look out for. This may be related to rumors surrounding the Sith Troopers, who recent rumors allege as a hidden force buried away in the unknown regions. The belief is that they're in some way tied to Palpatine, who have long been known for his paranoia and contingency plans. The thought is that Palpatine created a secret fleet with some possible weapons of death in the unknown regions, and it's headed to the Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker to restore the glory of the Empire. So can we expect the Grisk, or Palpatine's secret fleet, to appear in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker? Possibly. But keep in mind these are just rumors, and rumors can often be wrong. With that said, Star Wars The Last Jedi's core theme seemed to heavily hit on the fact that the universe, and the fight to dominate and protect it, is much bigger than the First Order and the Galactic Republic. Even if these aforementioned groups don't show up, it does feel like another major player with skin in the game is about to debut in the franchise. Why is another opposing force a good thing? And one may wonder why Star Wars needs another major opposing force in the movies. And that's an excellent, but also fairly easy to answer question. Another species or alliance with its own motives adds higher stakes, and allows for more moving pieces and more action in movies. Basically, think of it like how Game of Thrones had plenty of people vying to be king, and the true beauty of what this world can be clear. A new threat presents the opportunity for some new alliances, probably more out of necessary than want. For example, imagine Kylo and Rey being forced together after the falling out yet again because they'll die otherwise. The Resistance fighting alongside the First Order feels highly unlikely at the moment, but if there was a bigger threat capable of destroying the galaxy they both want, both sides would probably find some common ground pretty quick. Of course, one would assume if the Emperor had a secret force on the horizon, chances are the First Order wouldn't be rushing to aid the Resistance. Ideally, an oncoming opposing force would be motivated by its own intentions, although popping in as a common ally to either the First Order or Resistance at this stage of the game would be a huge advantage for either side. But would that alliance and aid come at a cost? I'd love to find out. Star Wars' incoming Great Jedi needs some opposition. While she hasn't been referred to as such, it feels as though Rey is about to start up a new order inspired by what is formerly known as the Grey Jedi. I say formerly because a movie that is supposed to be the conclusion to the Skywalker saga is also called Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Perhaps the term Grey Jedi will be rebranded, and all Force-using Jedi under Rey will be known as Skywalkers. Whatever the case may be, balance is one of the constant themes of the Star Wars universe. If a new Jedi or Skywalker order is rising to help us re-establish the New Republic, chances are there's another faction that will rise on the other side to oppose it. It would seem like Kylo Ren would be a great candidate for this opposite of that, and would take on the mantle of Dark Jedi. That said, perhaps Kylo Ren isn't the best candidate for opposing Rey. His character seems destined for some redemption arc by the time this is all said and done, so perhaps the Knights of Ren will fill that role. I'm not sure where that will leave Ben Solo, but in the spirit of the post, who says there just has to be 2 sets of opposing Force users? The sequel trilogy hasn't been incredibly Force user heavy, and while the original trilogy was largely the same, Star Wars has expanded greatly since then. We've learned of different types of Force users and ways to manipulate the mysterious power over time. And if there's some major Force, Jedi or otherwise, that could manipulate it, that'd be pretty fantastic. So, what do you guys think about Star Wars introducing a third major opposing force to the mix? Let me know in the comments. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think the Grisk or the Empire, if it gets resurrected by Palpatine, would be kind of cool in it. I think it would set higher stakes. So I think it could be a good thing, and it might set up for a future trilogy later on. That being said, I still would like the Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, to actually end in a good way, kind of like Return of the Jedi. Most plot holes are done and over with, and, things come down, but maybe leave a little bit open for the new trilogy, if there's a new trilogy. So let me know your guys' thoughts, alright? So take care and have a great day.